Alrighty. Howdy Neighbors, and welcome back to First Snow. Last time, we started today Eileen, let's go. And we're trying to figure out how to relationship. Eileen and Caprice got into a fight because Caprice wants to add more members, and Eileen's like, this is dumb timing. Anyway, let's continue.
Yeah!
Hopefully we can get him soon, too. I wanted to have another club outing, and the more the merrier. And like I declared, we're going to make the pizza place a regular thing for the club.
Sure thing.
I'm up for it. Sorry, Eileen. Eileen looks drearily at the traitor to her cause, but knows her goose is cooked when she hangs her head, so she looks more tired than usual.
Exactly!
Then it's settled. Caprice goes back to fussing over her posters, brushing off some specks of dust that settle under the paint. Taking advantage of the distraction, I look to Eileen. She grimaces as I pointedly flick my eyes back to her companion, plainly hoping to leave this for another day by her reaction. Reluctantly, Eileen sets her paints down and plots back over like a child, accepting their bitter medicine. In hindsight, perhaps she was trying to use her painting as an excuse not to deal with this. Caprice is one of my few friends, though. I feel bad hiding this from her. Even if we tried to, we'd just poke and poke until one of us eventually spilled the beans.
What's up with you two? Caprice, there's something we need to tell you.
To make this absolutely clear, this does not leave the room. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am!
I'll bet.
Eileen and I have started... it just happened recently, but...
We're going out.
Well, damn, okay. Forward. I feel Eileen take my hand in hers. I worry for a second about the sweatiness of my palm, but feeling her hand close around mine settles my nerves. I never realized how warm someone else's hand could feel. As her fingers tighten, I realize something else. Eileen settling herself just as much as me.
Eh? Like, dating? So you guys are both...
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't like that reaction. My guess that Caprice wouldn't go too wild turns out to be true, with even her surprise feeling a little exaggerated for effect.
Well then, aren't you glad you can do art together all the time now?
Look, we don't need any help, much less help from you.
But... It's alright. I appreciate what you've done. Just don't go too crazy helping things along. Promise? Promise!
Sounds like things are lively in here.
Scared the crap out of me. Wow. A gaze snapped toward the doorway. Wallace strolling in with an expression more bored than in the least bit surprised. Eileen's hand lets go of mine, but the warmth remains as I reflexively feel my hand with the other to recount the sensation. I'm glad Eileen is a more collected person than I am, calmly playing off the interruption. Just as she's about to greet him, though, Millie slides around his large figure and into the room.
Millie, you're here!
What? So many people.
You're looking cheerful today. We just finished our own club work, so we thought we'd pop by.
Wallace in the writing club with Millie. He responds to my surprised look with a shrug, really trying to avoid setting off Caprice.
Only for now.
Only until I graduate from this place. I'm not joining this club, no matter how many times you ask.
You make it sound like being here is some horrible fate.
I smile a little at Eileen suddenly finding some pride in the art club, now that someone's spoken against it.
As for what I actually came here for, Haley was wanting us to join her for takeout.
Oh, right! Takeout! Lead the way!
Millie gives us a polite wave goodbye as Caprice skips over to pick up her hoodie on the way out. Unfortunately for Caprice, Eileen doesn't let her go so easily.
And your club?
Today's art club meeting is over. Good work, everyone.
Fired. Bam! With a thumbs up from Caprice, the two disappeared at the door and head off down the hallway. The three of us are left to our own devices after they leave. Well, I think Wallace to be a perfectly nice person. I'm still not really sure how to act around him, with Caprice no longer being the center of attention. That familiar self-consciousness I have around strangers flares up once again. It seems I'm not alone in not quite knowing what to say. Wallace and Eileen doing a little more than awkwardly mill around. Even though they're good friends, it makes me think something is going on.
I've told her, Wallace. You don't need to keep your mouth shut anymore.
As he lets out a sigh of relief, it finally clicks.
Wait, you knew about Eileen and I?
Eileen, yes. Not you, though. Going by the fact this didn't just become intensely awkward, I'm going to say things worked out.
Eileen takes my opposite shoulder and shakes me lightly.
Seems so.
Well, I'm happy for you two. Hope it works out.
Thanks, Wallace. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Told you I'd find someone who could put up with me.
That's not the kind of thing you should say about yourself. Guess I'll get out of your way then. Just take things easy, okay?
We will.
Bye. I like your scarf. We gave each other our goodbyes before he leaves, his unmistakably large figure slowly disappearing down the orange-lit hallway. And then there were two.
Huh?
I thought you didn't want to tell anyone. Wallace is different. He's known I liked girls since we were in high school. He's known I liked you for a while now, too. I feel myself blush. I thought that Eileen talked to Wallace about me like that makes you smile. I suppose we better head home, too, given the club meet's over. Guess so. It's an obvious invitation for us to leave together, but I find my feet stuck. I know I'll see you again tomorrow, but...
Why?
Something on your mind? I don't really know how to phrase this, but... what happens now? The expression she gives is one of genuine thought rather than judging me for being so lost. It's only now that I wonder if this is actually a first relationship or not. If it is, that makes my confusion a lot more embarrassing. That's up to you as much as it is to me, you know. I guess school has got us for the week. But how about we go for a date on Saturday? Be good to get some use out of the car for once.
Oh!
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, yes, let's do that. I could drive us. So just give a heads up once you've worked something out. As I consider the prospect, I can see a little excitement from Eileen at the idea of going on a first date. I doubt she's realized it herself. As silence settles in the room, I see my chance. Allison? Taking Eileen's hand in mine, and raising myself to my toes, I close my eyes and let my chin push forward. My heart feels to stop for a fleeting moment, my lips gently pressing to Eileen's as our hands intertwine. Then our lips part, and I come back down. My heart makes up for lost time. Come to think of it, I guess that's the first time I'd ever kissed somebody myself. I have to admit, the physical side of us being together is nice, even if it's awkward. I can't help but feel the sensation lingering despite the moment having passed, filling me with warmth. Even Eileen, so normally placid and stoic, looks flushed. The two of us end up standing around the complete dorks, only sound being the trees rustling outside. I've been wanting to do that since this morning. It's really getting bolder by the day. With a gentle smile, Eileen reaches over and rubs my hair. Even if I still don't quite know how to react when she does this, I can feel my head leaning into it and a dumb grin spreading on my face. With the day wearing on, I let out a badly hidden yawn as I leave the cafeteria. I close my bag tightly as I walk, within the cold and trying not to take up too much space given all the people milling about. I can't help but eavesdrop on the conversations around me as I walk, the building humming with activity. One conversation from the groups idling about catches my ear. The clatter between some girls about their plans to be with their families again for the holidays. Makes me sad for Christmas all over again. They push through the heavy door and step outside. I wonder if Eileen would be as eager. The fact she doesn't get on with her parents is a worry. But surely they can't be too bad if they're paying for her to live such a place. For all I enjoy Christmas, it doesn't sound like Eileen has much reason to. A sudden vibration from my pocket grabs my attention, my hand instinctively diving to pluck my phone out. Hey, I'm at the coffee shop if you want to meet. She hasn't admitted it, but I think Eileen is enjoying playing with her new toy. I quickly text her in agreement, and hit send as I step off the stairs, dodging a student I nearly bump into as I do. If only I had an extra set of eyes, and I can use this while walking more easily. Heading toward the cafe, I muse on how normal things still feel. I'm happy for us being together, of course, yet life goes on. It enters my thoughts more and more these days, with schoolwork, chores around the house, and the club don't stop. One thing has changed, though. I feel more sure of myself than ever. Knowing what my own feelings are is oddly liberating. The rush of warmth as I step through the door makes my shoulders slump in relief. Thank goodness for the interior heating being cranked up. It doesn't take long to notice Eileen sitting alone at the table with her coat and scarf in her lap, coolly staring at the window to pass time. Walking up, I notice not one but two coffees sitting on the table before her.
Hey.
Hey, Eileen. Is someone else with you? Eileen's apathetic expression barely changes as she turns to see me sit before her. I'm a little disappointed, but I know her well enough now to expect it. She's not the type to show her emotions easily. This next for you. You helped me out earlier with life drawing, and I wanted to return the favor. Yeah, coffee is the same thing. It's fine, you don't need to repay me. So that debt is still lingering on her mind, huh? Now that she's bought it for me, though, I suppose I can't exactly say no. Coffee proves too hot as I bring it near my mouth, little for blowing on it a bit. How's your day been? Good. I mean, normal, I guess. I might think everything's still normal, but my nerves around Eileen haven't quite settled yet. We have only been together a matter of days. I usually take a sip to calm myself down before continuing. Physics was good. Kind of basic right now. But I think we can get to some interesting stuff next year. So what are you doing? Trying to stay awake mainly. What a day. Caprice. Getting too good at this. I just awkwardly smile. As I do, my eyes shift to the side after noticing a sharply dressed familiar figure breeze into the cafe and up to the counter. Eileen follows my gaze and eyebrow lifting. Oh, that's that mechanic girl. She is appalling with names. Me too, girl. Join the club. She's Millie. You should at least remember who fixed your car. Do you want to talk to her or something? Keep looking at her. Oh well, I don't want to annoy her. She might be busy. Barely know her anyway. Eileen looks at me a moment, unimpressed. There's every excuse in the book to not bother Millie too. And again, I suppose that's the problem.
Hey, Millie!
I shrink in my seat at Eileen's casual calling out across the cafe, taken completely off guard. Millie turns toward the source of her name, Your usual calm smile upon recognizing us.
See? It's not that hard. This is a good opportunity to know her better.
Millie takes her coffee as the barista slides it across the counter, before strolling over and daintily taking a seat at her table.
Good afternoon, Allison, Eileen.
The fact that her outfit just like switched colors kind of freaked me out. Wow, wow, wow.
Afternoon.
Welcome to Friday.
Finally, so yes. Any plans for the weekend?
Eileen and I exchanged a brief glance. Both of us looking forward to plans we made for Saturday. But there's still the day after. Depends on the weather. I was thinking of heading out to the mountains with Wallace if it's not too bad. As Eileen takes a long drink of her coffee, the majestic mountain ranges and foothills around the city float to mind. It'd be freezing cold this time of year, but she seems to be made of stern stuff. Hadn't taken her for the outdoorsy type though. This was nice. Hiking? Eileen shakes her head as she sets down her cup. We bought some permits for deer hunting? Oh no! Deer hunting? As in killing them. She stares at me for a moment before looking downward, trying to make sense of the words. It takes an awfully long time for her to formulate a response. Well, we don't pet them. Wallace taught me how to shoot down at the range, and I take a loner whenever we head out.
I see.
So that's what Wallace gets up to outside of riding club. I did wonder about that. It's nice that they found a way to bond as friends. But to think of a big, proud deer laying dead of the grass. People gotta eat, come on now. You do know how meat gets from an animal into a pretty little package at the supermarket, don't you? Of course I do. But I wouldn't want to personally involve myself at that level. Is that the point of the big day out for them? I have to admit that I'm a little jealous of how they share this whole little world. But I don't think I can ever be a part of it. I really reach the room quickly as I take another sip of my coffee.
Allison.
Any plans for yourself, Allison? Nothing so exciting. Just shopping for groceries. It was like my weekend plans. I'm the only one of my roommates with a car. It's easiest if I do the groceries myself. Speaking of roommates, what are your thoughts on this new club of caprices? At first I thought it was just a diversion. But she really does want her art club to work out. She's talked a lot about you two as well, actually. Eileen and I look at each other in concern, really offering no further explanation beyond an indulgent smile. Before I tease her, I'm sincerely glad to see Caprice so happy. She shines brightest if she has something to work on. It's nice to see Millie care so much. They strike me as caring for each other as more than roommates. Almost sisters of sort. While I still feel the familiar pangs of homesickness from time to time, I'm finally seeing that sometimes family is more than who you grew up with. We all have people around to support us and help in what we set ourselves to doing. Ping from Millie's phone rings out. Eileen and I going silent as she hastily takes it from her coat pocket. A resigned frown spreading on her face shows that it's not good news. Noticing our concerned expressions, she soon moves to allay our worries. Sorry, I have to go. First, my own club is needed. Sometimes I wonder why I do this to myself.
Bye.
I ask myself that question all the time. Take it easy.
Take care.
Take care in the snow. It's starting to pile up.
Absolutely.
Make sure to. See you around. The two of us wave her off, really quickly doubling back to fetch her still full cup to take it with her. A brief silence ensues between the two of us as we sip out our own. The quiet chatter of other students and staff at the cafe, providing background noise as we do.
Sorry.
Sorry for being so weird about the hunting, that is. I was shooting my mouth off. Got you liked animals and that sort of thing. Didn't take you for liking the great outdoors. Being stuck indoors all the time is easy to do when you're focusing on painting. It gets stifling after a while. It'd be nice to take a trip somewhere with Eileen, to the mountains or to wherever else. Seeing the place she likes to go and how it influences her art. Probably not to go hunting though. It is nice. And the writing club going sounds like a lot of work. See? Could never have had that nice chat if I hadn't called her over. Could stand to be a bit more social, you know. You're a good person. You got on perfectly with most. I'm flattered by what you're saying, but I'm not sure exactly how to put that into practice. Better reply forthcoming. Eileen gives a flustered sigh. Allison, why do you think I joined the STEM club? She mentions it like that. I realize I never gave her a compelling reason. Caprice and I just pushed it on her till she broke. At least that's how I understood it. I actually thought about joining the existing art club for a while, back when they first offered. They seemed interested in me. And I was just some bewildered freshman who didn't know anything at that point. Over time, I realized they didn't give a damn about me. They just wanted my paintings and my skills. I was a trophy for their club. Something to be shown off. That was when I gave up on them. So I joined this one because Caprice was better?
No.
She's the last person I do this for. I joined the club for you, Allison. You just wanted to hang out while I did my thing. I liked that. There were no mental games, and no need to worry about ulterior motives. I had someone to share my interests with. That's what I really wanted. Worked out pretty well in the end. I had someone to share my love for painting with. I thought that maybe the club would help you open up a bit. She joined for my sake as well as her own. I awkwardly fiddle with my coffee cup, trying to think of how to reply as my cheeks flush. I don't know what to say. Well, I do. We need to get to class. Raising an eyebrow at the change of topic, I grab my phone and check the time. I really had completely lost track of time while relaxing here with Eileen. I quickly jump up from my seat, pushing it in as Eileen collects her things and swings her coat and scarf around her.
Oh!
Chemistry's just about to start. What class do you have coming up? Math. Oh no! All energy dissipates from the situation as I pat her shoulder in sympathy. Hang in there, Eileen. Safari. The elephant's mighty trumpeting sends a couple of children scurrying away with giggles of laughter. The animal as excited by the small crowd watching on as they are of him. Stepping back from the enclosure and joining Eileen once more, the two of us walk on. Tiger hot dog? Ew. This sounds awful. I see penguin to go. Look at the baby. Is that a capybara? Back off. Who is this guy? Who are you? You're so cute. Who are you? I love him. Even as we bought our tickets, I wondered if coming here during the winter was such a good idea. It turned out to be better than I could have hoped. I've never been here when there's so few people around. Usually it's a complete madhouse. It's nice. As we stroll on, Eileen takes my hand in hers as we walk. It's weird how such a simple gesture can make me feel so warm. My cheeks hurting while I smile. I've seen it done in so many romantic movies, but actually feeling someone take my hand in theirs feels so unexpectedly comforting.
Huh.
You're easy to please. Without any real idea of how to respond, all I could do is keep walking. Maybe I should find it off-putting that Eileen's so calm about this sort of thing compared to me. But I think I might even prefer it. She feels reliable, I think. Level-headed. I'm proud or not, it's a nice zoo.
Huh?
You've never been here before? Considering I've only been in the city since college started, not really. Wait, where'd you come from then? Russia. My family immigrated a few years ago, so getting used to how things work around here. The question of whether she was a native has genuinely never occurred to me. She didn't have any kind of accent, so I would never have thought of it. She's Russian. Couldn't tell it at all. That was a lie. Oh. Can't tell if she meant for it to be a joke. Her expression makes it obvious that she didn't expect me to actually fall for it. It's too late to laugh now, and I just feel stupid for not questioning her. I'm actually from around here, but moved to Colorado when I was a kid. I never had much interest in zoos. Colorado, huh? Why don't you come back here? Moved out from my folks' place to make my own path. Have my own home, partner, life, and all that. Choose to move so far away from her family, especially to live in her apartment alone. It's hard to imagine, considering how hard it's been for me. Having problems with her family is one thing, but jumping states to get away from them? Where even is this taking place? Like, I know the US, but I don't know what state or anything like that. Left wondering if I should delve into the topic any further. Eileen speaks up as we leave the savannah area. A few people around the zoo seem to be congregating around the eating area ahead, which is a good sign we should grab some lunch too. Hungry? Just a bit. To be honest, I just need a rest. Eileen's pace is unrelenting. But she looks fine despite how ragged I am. I don't understand it. I'll go grab something then. We'll grab a seat for us before they're all taken, would you?
Sure thing.
Roger. Caprice's speech patterns are rubbing off on you. We'll share a grimace at the idea before we part. Eileen heading for the hot fruit stall ahead as I skip down to one of the two unused tables on the outside of the seating area. Practically fall into a hard metal seat, watching the condensation from my breathing rise in the air as I recover myself. If nothing else, at least going out with Eileen will do a wonder for my fitness. With several couples in line ahead of her, Eileen crosses her arms and patiently waits. I can't help but let my eyes settle on her as she does. Ever since we met, I've noticed how beautiful she is. Her order made, I'm a little impressed about her managing to bring the sodas and hot dogs over in one trip with some careful use of her fingers. From all the walking, I quickly slide mine toward me as she sets them down and takes a seat.
How much was my share?
It's fine, don't worry.
You already bought my ticket.
I said it's fine. Besides, it's nice to dote on someone.
When she puts it like that, it's hard to argue with her. Letting Eileen have her way, I sweat on my food. A loud bird squawks in the distance, its call reaching right across the entire zoo. I've always liked the strange and unfamiliar sounds you get in a place like this, compared to the relative quiet of the apartments and the routine sounds of school. And with that, about halfway through our date, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. We only get 7 save slots? First of all, why 7? Secondly, why? Whatever. What? Oh, because I did load. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, I'll get back to where I was, and then I'll see you guys next time. God, that was dumb. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.